All right. Well, we got another guest actually joining us on the set today to help describe a little bit better what happens during gastric bypass surgery. Let me give you an example. This is Dominique. This is our model that we actually use in the CNN medical unit to demonstrate things. On a serious note, this is actually the abdominal cavity, and here is a stomach. Sort of approximates what a real stomach might look like, and Dr. Champion here has an egg. Again, Dr. Champion does about 400 of these procedures a year. To give you a good example, the stomach is actually shrunk down to something about this size, an egg. So you get a sense of the size. As Dr. Champion mentioned, the stomach does start to regrow again about 18 months later, but that gives you a little bit of a sense of what happens during this procedure. Now let me tell you as well, there's been a lot of questions out there, and let's actually go to one of our email questions right now regarding the risks of this procedure. Certainly there are a lot of risks. Everyone looking into this has heard that there's a chance of failure and death. What are the issues that result in complications like these? Dr. Champion, I mean, we hear 1 to 2 out of several hundred actually can have serious complications from this.
Yes, that's true. The death rate with the operation is about 1 in 200. So anyone that considers the surgery should understand that there is a risk of either serious complications or death. The primary causes of death or complications can be what's called a pulmonary embolism, where you get a blood clot in the leg that breaks loose and goes to the lung. Also leakage from hooking all of these, the stomach and the intestine back together. It can heal poorly, get a serious infection, peritonitis, and can even cause death or necessitate reoperation.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the two biggest causes.
And do a lot of people end up getting the reoperation as well?
No, less than 1%.
Less than 1%, okay. Yeah. Michael Janadri, again in New York. Michael, did you have any of these things that Dr. Champion was just mentioning? Any complications at all afterwards?
No, not at all. I think I got sick maybe 2 or 3 times between surgery and now. I've actually had a bit of a free ride. I haven't had any pain.
Well, a lot of phone calls out there. You are calling in. Thank you for doing that. Jan from Tennessee has a question. I think you actually had this procedure done. Is that right?
Yes, I did. I had it done in 1980. I'm a veteran, and it is a very dangerous operation, like Dr. Chapman said. It scarred me for life, and like I said, I'm on the other end of the spectrum. It's wonderful the first couple of years, but mine didn't work, and it exploded. They went in and redone me twice. It did almost kill me. And it is, my calcium is off. I asked the doctor about, did he find most of his patients had to drink distilled water after that surgery, because I certainly did. And I was just wondering if you guys could kind of cover some of those problems, because it is not for everyone.
Yeah, definitely not for everyone. I think, and you've said that,
right. And
she sounds like she's had 3 procedures now and still not worked. Are you encountering that? And what do you tell patients about that?
That can occur, and certainly we go over all that, and we want to emphasize that again over and over, that serious complications can occur. About 95% of people do fine. About 5% will have some sort of complication, usually minor. It has about a 90% success rate. About 10% of patients will regain their weight long term. They don't have to drink distilled water or make any special food preferences other than not eating sweets, which will make them nauseated. But serious complications can occur. But what we have to realize is that the government, the National Institute of Health, looked at this issue 10 years ago, and they found that once people got to 100 pounds overweight, that their risk from dying from their medical complications was greater than the risk of the surgery. So about at 100 pounds overweight, there's about a 6 to 8 year reduction in life expectancy and about a 25% increased risk in major health problems because of their weight.
Wow. Well, certainly a lot of things for people to think about. Dr. Champion, thank you very much for joining us this morning on a Sunday morning. Michael Janadri, thank you very much in New York for joining us. People are very interested in your story as well. Thank you both.
Thank you for having
Sunday
me.
morning. All right. Heidi.
And I'm still holding the egg. Something to think about right here. This would be the size of your stomach. So obviously we've given you quite a few things to think about. Final thought I would imagine would be, if the risks of being overweight outweigh the risks of the surgery, this may be something for you, and you and your doctor can help decipher that.
That's right. Get as much information as possible beforehand.
All right. Good research. Okay. We will be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us, everybody.